Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for checking in and watching another video. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. Now, by the time you're seeing this video, we will probably be at 5,000 subscribers, so thank you very much to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So we're going to be doing some giveaways here in just a minute. So let's get into the topic and conversation of today's video. So 2020 has been quite a year, to say the least, and there's still 2 months left in 2020. And a lot can happen in 2 months. A lot can happen in 2 weeks. So for example, I left for Norway and then I was in Finland just before everything went down, and everything was fine when I left, you know? Things were getting a little interesting, you know, but nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. And then when I was in Finland, I was in an ice igloo, and all of a sudden at 2 a.m. my phone started blowing up with texts and voicemails and phone calls and everything telling me that Trump had closed the borders and I needed to get out of the country as quickly as possible if I wanted to make it back. So yeah, needless to say, a lot can happen in 2 months. But we've been through a lot. We've been through the worst of it, I think, I hope so, and we're in the home stretch right now. So I kind of want to recap 2020 and just kind of talk about it and just talk about what we're going to be doing for this giveaway here. So like I said, for me, traveling is a big deal. I was in Norway and Finland when everything went locked down, and then I came back. Of course, everything shut down, borders started closing left and right. I actually couldn't make my flight in Norway because they closed the borders the morning of my flight. And so they had to reroute me through Amsterdam. Almost got stuck there for a couple of days before I could get back to the US. It was just a whole mess, but made it back. But I still had to do a little bit of traveling for work. I still ended up going to Virginia, Atlanta, Denver, some other places here and there, just because I had to for work, so that's just how it goes. But the first place I went to during lockdown was Virginia. So this was a couple weeks, month and a half after everything had been locked down. People were just now starting to go back to airports. They were ghost towns for several weeks, if not a month. So it was just starting to pick up just a little bit. And so I was with a coworker. We were in the airport, headed to Virginia. And so I remember sitting down at the gate and looking across the terminal, and there was a gentleman sitting at the gate across from us. And I just remember looking at him and thinking, wow, this is crazy. I mean, this is what we've come to. And it wasn't so much what he was wearing as it was the fact that no one seemed bothered by it or intrigued or interested at all. It seemed like it was completely normal and that there was nothing unusual about it at all. There was 1 or 2 people who took a picture with their phone, but for the most part, everybody just kept walking about their business. Of course, everyone's in face masks and all that stuff. But so I was just so intrigued by that, and I really wanted a picture of it, but I didn't have anything film related with me. All I had was the Fuji X-T3 with me, and I had a Canon adapter and then a Sigma 18-35 lens on that. The rest of the stuff was packed up for the work trip, but so I didn't want to go over there and bother him or, you know, make a scene or anything like that. So I just took a quick picture with my phone and just to document it, and figured that would be the end of it. And then I got on our flight, and as I got on our flight, you know, of course they have all the middle seats empty for social distancing and all that stuff, because when you're on a plane surrounded by people 3 feet from you everywhere, that middle seat makes a huge difference. But moving right along, so we're sitting there getting settled in, and I look up and I see that same guy walking down the aisle towards me, and I look across and the row next to me is still empty, and I'm just thinking, I really hope this guy sits across from me in this empty aisle. And sure enough, he comes across and he sits down at the window seat on the aisle next to me. And then even better, no one sits on the aisle seat, so it's just him in that row. And I'm thinking to myself, I absolutely have to take this picture. I just have to. So we took off. I waited for a while. I just wanted to see, you know, kind of what his demeanor was and just how he was acting, and just make sure it was right to get that picture without, you know, being rude or anything like that, or just didn't want to make a scene or make him feel uncomfortable or make him feel like I was making fun of him or any such way, because that was not the case at all. This was strictly documentary. No matter what your opinions are or what his opinion are, obviously he was terrified, and that's completely understandable. Nothing meant by it. I just think it's important to document this kind of stuff. So finally, he was in a position where I thought the photo would look really cool. I leaned back in my seat and I snapped the shot. And this is the picture that I got with that. So like I said, this was taken on the Fuji X-T3 with a 18-35 Sigma lens and the Canon adapter. And I really like this photo. I mean, this just sums up 2020 to me. This guy sitting there at the window seat, all alone, hands together. He's in a full hazmat suit. I mean, everything's tucked in, wearing gloves. He's got, you know, the big glasses on. He's got the mask with the huge filters, everything like that. And it's just, it screams 2020 to me. He's in a plane. I mean, getting this shot alone to me just was 1 in a million. And so I just had to take this picture, and I did, and honestly, it is one of my favorite pictures. I mean, just the way he's sitting, you can just almost sense the fear in him, and just the seclusion, you know, the quarantine, the isolation of him there by himself, and the distance between everyone else, and the fact that he's on a plane, and travel is just like completely different, if it existed at all, from what it used to be. This to me is 2020. This is my photo that describes 2020. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that's gone on, and I don't want to belittle this guy or the whole coronavirus thing that I've heard some people call it, or what's going on, or the fact that, you know, people have died and things like that. It's all, you know, it's become a big deal. And of course, there's all the social justice things and the rallies and the riots, protests, and there's just so much going on politically, everything. There's a lot going on, but this is a big part of 2020 to me. So this is kind of the photo that I've captured, been able to capture thus far. I mean, like I said, still 2 months left, but this is 2020 to me. So on that note, I want to see what 2020 has been like for you. I want to see your 2020 photo. So for this contest, here's how it's going to work. I want to see your photo. So on Instagram, you have 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Remember, 2 weeks from today, so look at the day that this posted. You have 2 weeks from today to post your 2020 photo on Instagram. You need to follow me, tag me in that post, and then use the hashtag #my2020photo so that I can look these up later to pick out the 3 winners, and I will do that on a video here in a couple weeks. But you only have 2 weeks to either take or look through, find your 2020 photo, and post that photo of 2020. Now, I don't want to see any Photoshop jobs where you take 2 pictures of somebody, one with a mask on, one without, and all that stuff. I mean, great, creative, but I just want one photo, unphotoshopped. Obviously, you can do edits and things like that, but none of these mishmashes or chopped together Photoshop jobs. I want a single picture. So 2 weeks on Instagram, tag me, follow me, use the hashtag #my2020photo. So where do we go from there? I will pick 3 winners after it's all said and done, and those 3 winners will be getting a few different things. First of all, they'll be getting one of these Shoot Film t-shirts, and I'll show you a couple pictures that we've taken of this shirt, and it will be on the website here when this video goes up. So you'll be getting one of these shirts, and with that, I'll throw in some rolls of film. I may or may not throw in some camera stuff here and there, it just depends on how it goes. But definitely the shirt, definitely some film, some other stickers, knickknacks, things like that will go to the 3 winners. Now, if this shirt is something that you are interested in, it is available on my website for pre-order. Now here comes the catch. I need to have about 30 of these pre-ordered in order to print this run, to have the shirts to give to the winners, and just to have the shirt printed in general. So if this shirt is something you're interested in, make sure you log on to my website. It is listed at $25. However, if you use the code #my2020photo, which is the same as the hashtag you're going to use on Instagram, that shirt will go down to $16, and then you just have to add on shipping to that. Now, anybody who knows anything about printing t-shirts knows that $16 does not leave a lot of room for margin, which is fine. That's not why I'm doing this. I just want to be able to print this run so that I can get some to the winners, and then if we print out enough, maybe I'll give a few extras away, things like that. I really would just want to get this printed and start this process and just see how it goes and start putting this out there. So if it's something you're interested in, make sure you get on there and pre-order it. If it's something you're not, but maybe you know someone who is, if you could just like this video, share it with someone who you think might be interested in this shirt, and that would be highly appreciated, and maybe later on there'll be something you're interested in. But we do need to meet that 30-ish minimum pre-order in order to have these t-shirts to give out to the winners. So what happens if you pre-order a t-shirt and then you win the contest? Well, simple. I will cancel your pre-order, and then I will just ship you one that you won from the contest. Simple as that. So you don't have to pay for a second one or get a second one. I'll just cancel that order and ship you yours. if of course you're one of the winners for the contest. Also up on the shop, I'm going to have some new cameras that I've kind of refurbished, put up there, cleaned up. They will be available for sale here in the next day or two. I will be doing prints eventually, again, like I said. But again, this is, I want to see, your photo that describes how 2020 went for you, or how 2020 has been. Again, 2 weeks from today, use the tag my2020photo on Instagram. Follow me, tag me so I can see that photo and make sure that I enter you into the contest. Pre-order this t-shirt in order to make sure we get it printed. If you like this idea, if you like the concept, if you want to support, make sure you just like this video, comment down below, let me know what you think of this idea, and then of course subscribe for future videos. Sorry this video took a little longer than expected. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of cool projects in the works that I'm excited to share with you guys, so make sure you keep checking in. Trust me, there's some cool things, collaborations, projects in and out of state that we'll be doing, so you won't want to miss that. It's going to be fun. But that is all for this video. I appreciate you watching, checking in. Again, make sure you go to my website. It's down below listed to check out that t-shirt and pre-order that so we can get that printed. And I will see you in the next one.